What's going on, Show Nation? It's Movie with Movie Gaming TV, and in today's video, I'm going to do a full post-game live comm of my World Series game. We're going to try this out, see if you guys like it. I'm going to see if I can talk for the entire time, too. We'll see how that goes. So we got our opponent. We're matching up here against twitch.tv / Miggy Season. We're going to be playing against him. We're going to be going with Nick Lodolo on the hill. I really wanted to hand the ball off to Nick Lodolo in this gameplay. As you guys can see, I have strike zone as my set, but I've been going to pitcher offset a lot more because I just feel like it's easier for me to pitch when I need to go to the left. I need to go to the left. When I need to go to the right, I need to go to the right. I like having the corners of the plate from this view. Obviously, the plate flips when you go the other way, so I like having that. So we got a 1-2 count here on Biggio. We're going to go with the changeup low, try to get him off kilter. He is going to go ahead and check swing and be out for the out. So now we got Lodolo. We're going to throw low and outside. That's one of my favorite spots to pitch right now to people, is low and outside. There's not much that you can do with it. Go high and outside here with the sinker. We're not going to make the play. It's going to bounce off my Caps glove. That is a very low % chance of that happening, but it did happen there. So now, stepping to the plate is Cody Bellinger. We're going to try to go with an inside sinker right here. If we can get in under his hands, we're able to do so there. Now that we throw inside, we're going to try to go back outside. We miss our spot. We miss our location on the meter. Now back to the inside. Just cannot quite hit the zone there. 2-1 count on Cody Bellinger. We're going to try to go to the outside again, mixing it up. Inside, outside, inside, outside. Get a strike here. Now we're going to go way up and away. He hasn't seen a pitch in that area yet, and we freeze him with the fastball for the strikeout. Now, again, I love the up and away, just that spot right there. I love throwing that with Lodolo. We're going to go with this slider inside. I usually want that thing to clip the inside part of the plate, or I want it to be a ball. Now low and away, trying to hit a spot. It's never too bad throwing a ball because at least they're not going to do damage. We're going to try to hit the inside spot. We catch too much of the plate. We did a decent enough job to mix up our pitches. He hits that one pretty good. We also have our outfielders set to deep depth, and in this park, that's really important. You got to have a much different approach in a bigger park than like a bandbox, like, Ship It, or a park like, Laughing Mountain Park or Coors Field. Even though those are bigger, you still want to drop your defense back, especially your outfielders back in that situation. But a park like this where the ball's not going to carry, it's really going to come down to having good at-bats. You got to play a little bit of small ball. You got to use base hits. It's going to be a lot easier to pitch in these parks, and so that's usually why I like to go with these parks. We get a smash there to center field. That's going to be caught, though, in center field by my opponent. So Mickey Mantle down in the first inning. Now Craig the Egg, he's going to step up. He has Lodolo on the hill as well. We're a little out in front and a little bit off on that pitch with Craig the Egg. We're going to ground out. So I have been labbing the last couple days. Really, if you guys have made it this far into the video, and this is a little bit before this game, but I really have been working on one thing, and that is I'm picking up the ball, but I'm also trying to get that PCI on the ball as quick as possible. Once you've gotten the PCI on the ball, now you're ready to pull the trigger, and that's going to really, really help you with hitting. I've been smashing the ball lately with doing that, so I didn't really follow the ball with the PCI there, but I've been like looking more at the PCI. And just like that's the number one thing you gotta do is get the PCI on the ball. Timing comes next. Number one thing you gotta do is get the PCI on the ball. The next thing that you're gonna want to do is your timing. And the quicker you can get the PCI to the ball, the quicker you can be with your timing, if that makes sense. So you're trying to pick up the ball out of the pitcher's hand, pick up what kind of pitch it is. Don't be afraid to guess a pitch here and there. You don't always have to react. See what kind of pattern they're getting into. Especially a guy that you face like, Hal Newhouser or something like that, where it's like his most dominant pitch is that fastball. And sometimes it's good to just block out the other pitches and just look for one particular pitch. You can do that against Howe with the fastball. What I've been doing more with Kluber is I don't really sit the sinker as much necessarily. Like I'll still react to any pitch, but you can also kind of versus Kluber just sit on the cutter, sit on the SCV. They're both gonna kind of. But the thing is, the cutter is gonna break and it's gonna stay up. The SCV is gonna drop, but you can kind of just sit on those pitches and throw the sinker out of the mix there. So again, just to reiterate, I'm trying to get the PCI on the ball as quickly as possible, and then once I've accomplished that, now I'm going to be able to use, my timing is going to be quicker. The quicker I get the number one thing, you got to get the PCI on the ball. You have to get on the PCI on the ball. If you don't get the PCI on the ball, it's not even really worth it to swing. Once you get the PCI on the ball and you picked it up, now that is how you use your timing. So you get the PCI on the ball. The quicker you get the PCI on the ball, the timing is going to increase. We got a 1-1 count, 2 down in the top of the second here to Mike Trout. We're going to go with an up and away sinker. That's our go-to pitch. We want to pitch away, especially with Lodolo. I love Lodolo's control. It feels really, really, really nice. Now we're going to go to the bottom of the second 0-0 count on Gary Sheffield. Here comes the pitch. It's right down the middle, and we just squared up, but we got a bit on top of it there. We're going to ground out to his first baseman. Chipper Jones stepping in. Still love Chipper Jones, man. This is really, my lineup can be very, very, very difficult on the lefty, especially with Gary Sheffield and Chipper hitting right after one another. Chipper, I believe, has like 117 power versus left. Let me know down in the comments below who you guys are taking out of the Prestige XP reward path. I'm currently level 24 Prestige, and I don't really know who to take. I've been wanting to take J-Ram in my Prestige XP reward path. My plan was to take J-Ram, then it was to take Springer, and then it was to take Thames last. Put out a poll on Twitter today. A lot of people seem to want to take Thames first. I would be more down to take Thames had there not been Cody Bellinger in the game at first base. I know a lot of people out there are playing Cody Bellinger in the outfield due to what their team looks like, and I get it. He's got the 99 arm and everything like that. But I can't. There are 3 things I look for in a card, guys. And number 1 is power. Number 2 is speed. Number 3 is fielding. And Cody has all 3 of those. You get him Prestige. We're looking at an 83 speed first baseman with dang near 99 fielding, with dang near 98 reaction. So he's going to be able to make tons of plays at first base. Plus on double plays, he has the absolute cannon to throw it home. So, and your first baseman does get involved on some of your relay throws as well. I just think he is like the ideal, perfect first baseman for me. I've been killing the ball with him also, especially more recently in some other ranked games. I've just been killing the ball with him. His exit velocities are insane. Like, I'm talking 111 exit velocity, 108, multiple home runs. I haven't even really gone into the event to grind out anything just because you almost like, obviously that's going to fast track the experience, but just even playing with him in ranked seasons and just beasting, I've gotten about halfway on the Prestige. Even without the Prestige, he's such a good card. So I like him at first base. If I put Thames in, he's got tons of power. He has that left-on-left split. So when you play him every day, you face a lefty, he can really drop the boomstick. He's got a pretty good swing. Not a big fan of his bronze fielding at first. You'd be surprised how many hits a diamond first baseman can really take away from. They kind of like, the animation there is really, really important still to have. So this is a huge situation. We've gotten the bases loaded. Though I pulled Nick Lodolo, I really wanted to hand him the ball. We've got Cole Hamels fresh, and Nick Lodolo with a huge hit down the line gets that shot down the line to give us a 2-run lead with that hit, an absolutely big time hit from Nick Lodolo there, helping out his cause on the mound. You absolutely love to see it. I still love Nick Lodolo. In case you guys haven't seen my starting pitchers video, well, it's not even a starting pitchers video. It's a video that has my top 10 pitchers. But Nick Lodolo is definitely in the mix there without question. I really wanted to hand him the ball in this game, and he came through with a huge, huge hit. We're going to get a good swing here. It's going to get good okay, but this is kind of the Kauffman Stadium effect. You really got to get perfects to hit it out. There's a lot of breathing room when it comes to pitching. And if you guys are struggling in some of these games and ship it, if you're struggling in Laughing Mountain Park, like you feel like you're a little bit better at pitching, or what I really should say is you feel like you're pretty good at hitting and you need a little bit of boost to your pitching, go to one of the bigger stadiums. Kauffman really doesn't lag that bad for me at all, but it's just you really got to get a hold of it. But just keep in mind, you're going to have to take a much different approach when you play in Kauffman. And ship it, it's kind of like you want to just get, you want to get your swings in for sure. You're not trying to play small ball. You're trying to hit the ball over the wall. This is more taking the bats. A walk is huge. In a bigger park, just getting base runners is going to be more difficult. And then play your defense back. Get a ground ball there. Craig Biggio back in, 2 down in the top of the third. He's going to hit a weak pop out. And we get that dreaded bad animation. Now, let me show you guys what's key here. In these games, I was completely locked in. Just completely locked in. I'm not going to let the game beat me. I'm not going to let my emotions beat me. If anything, I want my opponent to get more frustrated than me. That is the key. Who's going to win that mental battle? I don't let that play get to me. I just go to the next play, knowing that that's most likely is not going to happen again, and we get the out. Now, Craig the Egg, he's up in the bottom of the third. Lodolo still on the hit, trying to work a bit of an at bat. Thought that changeup looked pretty juicy. We're going to pop out. We're going to actually hit a foul ball, to the right side. 0-2 count. Get a pitch down the middle. We foul it off. Craig, I have been absolutely on fire with lately. I think people groove way too many pitches to him. You guys can see me trying to warm up my hands as well. It's always important to try to keep your hands warm while you're playing. I guess I had to cough there for some reason. All right, so we got 1 down in the bottom of the third. Still got 2008 Chipper Jones swing on my cap. He still does major damage. It's to the point where it's like I don't even really want to ever put him into the rotation. But we'll have to see what kind of cards we get dropped. I plan on playing this game, guys, all the way through, all the way till February until we get the next game. I know like they've got like the Madden stuff coming out and stuff like that. I really don't plan on making any content other than MLB The Show content, unless you guys really wanted me to start a second channel. But I really just personally, I still love playing MLB The Show with all the tries, with all the stuff that goes on that could be improved. I still love playing the game. I'm sticking by it. I still enjoy playing every single day. And we're gonna get a ground ball here. This was a trait of some. We had a little bit of a lag spike. Sometimes that happens when it sends it back to your side, but they get the double play there, so he gets out of the inning. But we do get a hit with our cap. But yeah, I still really like my cap. I think he's really good. Been doing some damage. Really like my opponent's jerseys here. The old school D-backs jerseys with the purple. Going to go with an inside sinker here. We're going to get a swing and a miss. Does this look familiar? We're going to go back outside, switch to eye level. Get him a check swing. Couldn't decide if it was going to be a ball or a strike. You see a swing like that. You see your opponent off balance. You go right back to it, and it pays off as he swings and misses there. Now Mantle is up. We got 1 down in the fourth. Here is the pitch, and it's going to be popped up foul to the right side. He was a little bit behind that late. We're going to go up and away here, and we're going to get him to pop out. There's something about Lodolo's motion and that control in that spot in particular I can really hit. Another spot I've been really liking to throw is, let's say you got a sinker baller versus a lefty sinker baller versus a right-handed pitcher. I kind of like throwing like middle, in, and down. It's very difficult for me to square up the pitch. And the same thing if I have a righty to a lefty. It kind of like, the pitch like breaks back and it doesn't break to the outside. So picture if we're looking at this box right now and we have Lodolo, if we threw it kind of like in the middle, bottom, low 3 boxes, not down and in on the corner, but let's see, throw it right. Well, you got the 4 boxes in the bottom left corner, kind of a little bit up in the middle of those boxes, like at the intersection of all those boxes, kind of like throwing that sinker a little bit more. We got Cody B up, 2-0 count. We are in the bottom of the fourth. Foul that one off. Not a good pitch to swing at there at all. We had count leverage at 2-0. Must have thought that one was pretty juicy. 2-1. Here's the pitch, and we foul that off. That's what I'm really trying to get better at, guys, is inside pitches. Got to get the PCI there quickly. We're going to ground into another double play, though. So we've been really getting ourselves out with a lot of double plays. A good way to stay out of double plays is you got to be smart with that runner on first. That's not a good pitch to swing at. That's a pitch designed to get you into a double play. You've got to lay off everything low in at bats when you've got a runner on first. And when you're pitching, try to induce them. Try to throw some low sinkers, some low changeups, that kind of thing to get those double plays. Double plays are huge, not only in showdown, but in head-to-head. Cody with the nice reaction there at first base. The amount of plays that guy's going to make for you at first base, I know he's going to be good in the outfield, but he's going to be so good at first base. It's so difficult to find someone with diamond fielding that has power and speed at first base. That's just a dream situation for your first baseman to have all those qualities. It really is a dream situation. A base hit there by my opponent. You guys can see we're going after that slider inside. We're going to go low and outside. Low and outside is a very, very safe spot to pitch. It's just very difficult to drive the ball from low and outside. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to pull it? You can't do that. You're going to hit it out for a home run? Maybe not as likely. And then really what you got to do with that pitch is you got to shoot it down the opposite field line. A lot of people don't want to do that. Don't have that kind of approach. I know personally I don't want to do that. I'm probably laying off that pitch unless it's 2 strikes. So it's kind of like a safe spot to throw the ball. He's got Wander Franco up. I like Wander's swing. He's going to hit this one very, very hard, and it's just going to escape being a home run. You guys can see, though, that's what you had to do. He was laid okay on it. You got to take it the other way. He drove it pretty good, but it went foul. Went inside with the slider. It catches the part of the zone that we wanted to catch. Catches them off balance. So important to switch eye level. So important to switch different, pitching to different spots is so important. Don't be in the same spot over and over. You pitch in the same spot, 3 straight pitches to a good player, they're probably going to smash the ball because they've just seen the fly of the ball out to that area. Brings in Buster Posey, very dangerous versus lefties, but we get him out there to end the inning. So we are going to go to the bottom of the 5th. He's going to bring in the Klubot. I feel like I've been facing, versus good opponents, I feel like I've been facing Klubot at least every game. If he doesn't start, he's coming in to face me at some point. Because I feel like a lot of people, when they play against me, they want to get that win, and they just, they're going to go to Klubot. It's like, why save him for this random game? And I totally understand it. He comes with the territory, and I embrace it. I've been trying to hit him better. Can't really get a home run, or can't get a hit there with Nick Lodolo. Now we've got Mickey Mantle up, 1 down in the bottom of the 5th. We really should have hit that one good. We were late on it. Any fastball you get from Kluber, you really, really got to crush that thing. Missed the cutter low. I thought it was a fastball. It had the same tunnel as that last pitch. Thought he was going to the last pitch. It even fooled me. We can't get the PCI. I'm just looking at this now and seeing how slow my PCI placement was compared to what I've been doing the last couple days. And we're going to get a good week. Pop out to the left side. See, at times I was able to play without a PCI, right? So I was able to play without a PCI. And I remember Mugunski doing a video without playing them with the PCI last year, and he just found it so incredibly difficult. And I think now I really understand what he means by that, because it's like, if you are really trying to aim your PCI and put it on the ball, you read the pitch out of hand, you aim the PCI, I don't know how you could play without the PCI on either. Like, you're just kind of like moving the stick, hoping you're jamming the stick to either low and, you're either leaving it in the middle if it's on the middle, you're not hitting anything on the stick. You're jamming it up and in for an up and in pitch. You're jamming it up and away. You're jamming it low and away, or you're just kind of trying to naturally feel that with looking at the ball. You're going to really, really see the ball really, really well, per se. With the PCI off, but with it on and using these keys that I'm telling you guys right now that I've been labbing on. See, what I do a lot of the times, guys, is like, and I recommend that you guys do this as well, is if you're playing, bust out the notes section on your phone. For me, I use the sticky notes feature on my computer. And if I have a thought, if I'm labbing something out or something feels good, or I'm thinking about the game and it just is like, oh, I really, really like this part of what I'm doing, then I take a note and I write it down. Let me pull up some of these notes that I got right now. But that's really what some of the stuff I wrote down. The last thing I've written down is get the PCI on the ball quick. The quicker you get the PCI on the ball, the quicker you can be with your timing. That's something that I've really been saying like a lot in this video. Another thing is like, how quickly can you get your PCI to the ball? That's another thing I've written down. My swing timing is always going to be pretty good. Just need to put the PCI on the ball. This was something I wrote down after watching that documentary with Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire recently. Figure out that one of the coaches said to McGwire is figure out what pitches you can hit home runs on. And that was one thing McGwire was really able to do, was he was able to figure out which pitches can I hit home runs on. So when you're tracking the ball out of the pitcher's hand, I think versus a good player, I feel like you're going to get one pitch per at bat. And even when we did the lab testing, like we're going to hop into a game, we're going to play a 6-inning game on Legend, and all we're going to do is throw inside pitches. We're going to throw inside fastballs, we're going to throw inside sinkers, so we can work on getting our timing early. Because that's the most difficult part of timing, is timing up early pitch or inside pitches. Because you got to be extremely quick with the PCI. You got to get that PCI on the ball, and then you got to hit the swing button. You're gonna have more time in the middle. You're gonna have more time on the outside. And I'd say versus even when we're trying to throw inside, you're just trying to spam inside pitches and you're trying to put it right on the corner. A couple of the pitches I notice almost always just slide to the middle for whatever reason. They just do. It's like you just don't have the perfect. It's just hard to hit a perfectly on the line, perfectly on the hoop, perfectly on the line, perfectly on the hoop. So my point is about once in a bat, and that's actually what makes Lodolo so well, is I can really stay out of the middle with him like consistently. But about once in a bat, there's going to be a pitch in the middle, and you got to hit it. And that's what McGwire was so good at doing. He was so good at reading when that pitch was a mistake in the middle and absolutely crushing it. One other tip I've had recently is, pick up the ball as early as possible. And if you pick it up bad, out of the pitcher's hands, it's probably a ball. Because your eyes, they're going to light up when they see that juicy pitch. You're going to pick it up well when it's going to be a strike. So if you don't pick it up well, lots of the times it's going to be a ball. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then another tip that I have, recently that's been written down is, if you guys do like to pitch from the strike zone view, which is extremely I there's a lot of top players, and I'm talking top players pitching from the strike zone view. I personally, I just don't know why, but I haven't been able to do it well. But this is something I wrote down. And it says aim for outside of the hoop when pitching on the corners in strike zone view. So if you're spotting a pitch right on the corner, either inside or outside, you're almost better off aiming outside of the hoop instead of trying to hit it in the hoop. Because if you miss inside of that hoop, when you're pitching on the corners with strike zone, it's going to go in a very hittable location. You either want a lot of pitching in MLB The Show is you either hit the corner or you hit a ball. You don't want to just be in the middle of the plate. That's how a good player is going to put up a bunch of runs on you. So you really got to be on the edges, or if it's a ball, it's a ball. I feel like if you get to if you throw 3 balls, right, this game you're going to be able to hit the strike zone. You shouldn't have too much of a fear if you obviously don't want to walk people, but I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, it's going to help you. It's this weird dichotomy because you do want to get ahead in the count. That's going to help you to chase. You got to see if your opponent's more patient or not. But it also is kind of safe to just, we all have this natural instinct to want to swing. It's a lot harder to chill and take pitches than it is to, it's a lot harder to do that than it is like a good player. If you're just throwing strike after strike after strike, they're going to be so good with PCI placement and timing. They're going to just smash you all over the yard. You have to mix it up. And if you miss with the ball, it's not the end of the world, because you're going to be able to easily throw a strike on a 3-1 count. You're easily going to be able to throw a strike. Hopefully something not too much in the middle, but you at least be able to put it in there. And any out that you can get early on. I don't know if that makes any sense. I just think it's more difficult in real life to have like a 3-1 count and just know that you're going to put it in the strike zone. In this game, I feel like that you can put it in the strike zone. You can even almost like hit a dot a lot more often. So I hope that makes some sense. All right, so we got Mike Trout up here. We got the bottom of the 6th, 3-1 count. We're going to get that slurve, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. That wasn't like right down the middle. That was a slurve that was nicely in the strike zone, but not very hittable. That's the pitch though. We're still pretty much ahead in the count. I consider in 3-2. Got too much on top of it with our PCI. Now we're going top of the 7th. Lodolo still out on the hill. We're going to start off the lefty. That time I didn't spot it completely up and left in the corner. I left it a little bit down just to kind of shake it up. It's like I don't want to hit right on that corner sometimes. I want to be a little bit under to a lefty. Yeah, like right in the middle like that. Spot it like that. And just kind of give him a different spot for the pitch to be. He's able to finesse it out to left field. Our outfielders are deep, so we're going to give up that kind of hit, but we do not want them hitting the ball over our heads. And again, to set your outfield, to set your infield, first of all, I recommend that you guys turn manual shift or the automatic shift off just in general. I don't think it's good for you to have on. Just because I feel like whenever I have the shift on, they don't really hit it into the shift. I feel like they'll be late, and then they'll hit it where I don't have people in the shift, or they'll bunt against it, that kind of thing. So I'd like to have those shifts off. And then I'd like to manually set it, hit down on the D-pad. Then I think you hit maybe like triangle to bring up this other menu, and then you can go, and I like to go to my outfield, set it for always, and then I set it for back. So we're going to go with a low and inside changeup here to Trouty. He's going to be able to check swing there. I kind of use that changeup as just a mix-up pitch. It's never really going to be in the zone. I'm not trying to dot it. I'm trying to change the speed, have him think it's a sinker or a slider. So here's a good example. We see him just smash an up and in pitch. Know what we're gonna go to? Low and away. We're gonna stay away from that location, that area. He's gonna be able to check swing here. 3-2 count, top 7. Runner on second base. Lodolo with the pitch. Yeah, I made sure I hit the zone there. I made sure I hit the zone. He was able to hit it. I didn't want to walk him. At least give me the opportunity for him to hit it right at someone. I don't know what happened there. He must have been holding L1, and we caught him in the base path. Do have my base running tutorial. It's so important to individually run base runners. That's a huge out. He did not have to give me that out for anything, especially now it's so much tougher on Franco with only 1 out. He can't hit a pop fly. He's got to get a base hit, 1-1 count. Did we actually go with the slider in the zone? Kind of, we did. Consistent Ryan Sandberg right there to make the out. Is he the best hitter in the world? No. He's good at putting the ball in play. He has occasional power, but his defense has always been locked down. Now Cody B is up. Look at that nice smash from Cody B. Such a good swing. He is a must-get card. Even if you use him in your outfield, he's a must-get card. So good at first base as well. Now we got Sandberg up. We're going to take that pitch. We're going to take the cutter low. So we got a 1-0 count, bottom 7, runner on first. Get a good pitch to hit. We're going to good square it up. We're a little bit behind it. It was almost more late than good. Caught that. I feel like I caught that at the back part of the plate almost. I wonder if it didn't bring up the swing timing thing. We're going to drop down a bump with Lodolo. Try to get the runner to second base, playing a little bit of small ball. I like to bunt with my pitchers a lot. A lot of times I don't send them, I don't send them for the steal in case they pop out. We're going to be able to take an extra bag there as well as that gets by the catcher. So now we got a runner on third. But I do like to bunt with my pitchers a lot. I don't like hitting into double plays with my pitcher. That cutter can be a nuisance there. That's a great pitch. That's a little bit of me trying to time up the ball before I put my PC on it. That cutter can really look like a fastball there. We're taking that sinker low and away. 3-1 count here from Mickey Mantle. Can we put the ball in play and get a hit? We're going to pop that up to the left side. There's a lot of room kind of over in that no man's land corner over there. Chipper's able to make the play. So we are going to go to the top of the 8th. Still a 3-0 ball game. He is going to bring in, I didn't even realize that he had Gary Sheffield on the bench in this game. That's kind of crazy to me. I would always have Gary Sheffield out on your team. There's no reason not to. He's not the worst defender in the world. He's got a huge arm. We get a ground ball there from Gary. Now he's got Craig Biggio up. We get Craig to hit it on the ground, but it was hit so hard that Chipper could not make the play. So he's got a runner on first, top 8. He's got his cap up. We're going to go up and away. He's starting to lock in. Not apparently there. Cody B almost makes a diving play. I go and pick up the ball so the game speeds along. Sometimes it waits for you to do that. We're going to go with that slider on the inside. he's going to bunt. When I saw the bunt, when I see people bunt, that really should give you a big confidence boost because now you know that they aren't really looking to hit. I don't know what the bunt was for there, especially with your cap. I don't know if his cap has like a lot of speed, but still, like, I don't feel like there's too much bunt cheese in this game. And if someone wants to bunt against me all game, I will take that because that means they're not going to be hitting home runs. I could also set up my defense in such a way if they really just spammed it. But that was a good sign. It's just like it's not something. When you see a pitcher doing it, it's one thing. When someone's bunting with the other players, just if you guys are out there playing, just know that you should have a lot of confidence that they're probably not seeing the ball well if that's what they're going to have to go to. Get that pitch on the ground from Cody B. That's going to end the top of the 8th, and we are going to go to the bottom of the 8th. Who do we got coming up here? We got Dennis Eckersley. I still don't have this Dennis Eckersley card. I still have not grinded out any of the what's it called? I still haven't grinded out any of the evolution players this year. I don't have Pudge Rodriguez. I don't have Carlos Gonzalez. That's a smash there from Craig. We just missed that thing. By the way, he was going back to, I thought that was gone. We got good okay. We got a hair under it too. When it's in the middle, a lot of times it seems like you get a little bit of a boosted. That's when you get more good okay home runs type of thing. But that's why I like playing in this park because it's really you're not gonna get too many. You're not gonna really get home runs that you didn't earn. We're gonna pop out with our cap there. I'm trying to get some kind of insurance. Not able to get it there though. We're gonna get a good pop. Now we got Gary up. Here comes the pitch from Eckersley. I'd like to get this card. I just have been putting off pitching against the computer because that's like probably my least favorite thing to do. I like the hitting moments a lot. I just for the long pitching ones where I can only give up like 1 or 2 runs. That actually does feel like a little grindy, a little bit like work. Again, good okay, but you know in this part, and see he doesn't have his outfield back. That almost got over his head. You guys can see why I want to play my outfield back. I'd rather come in on that ball than have it go over my head. Now we're looking at like a double. Now my pitcher's confidence is going down. Top of the 9th, game on the line here. Almost pulls that for a hit with Mando. Lodolo still going strong through 9. When would you see this and ship it when a pitcher is going through 9 innings? That's not the start you're looking for, though. A base hit right there from Mantle gets things started. What I'm really trying to avoid in this situation, no matter what I want to avoid in this situation is if I really just don't want the tying run at the plate. The tying run at the plate always scares me because it could be a home run. Left on left, Reggie Jackson, he pulls it for a home run. So it sucks. It really sucks. We only got 1 run to work with here. That was a huge home run. But at least, I swear, I'd rather have that happen than have, you know, the tying run at the plate type of deal. Just because, I don't know if that makes sense, but I just don't want that to happen. So we're going to bring in Rob Dibble here to close it out. Pretty much Dibble, McGee, I trust them. Billy Wagner, I trust them. Rolly Fingers. But Dibble, this is a good spot for him. Go with the cutter on the inside. We're pretty much going to try to avoid, to a certain extent, we're going to try to avoid throwing fastballs if we can. We spotted one in the low and outside corner there, though. But that's what we got to really be nervous with him coming back. We got to see which is he going after, the fastball or some of the off speed, because it's kind of like a Hal Newhouser effect. If you don't sit on the fastball, you're going to get burned versus Dibble because it's like 102. That last pitch was 102 at the knee, so the outlier is really, really crazy with this card. Going to throw another slider. A little bit nervous there. A little bit nervous about just hanging a pitch, so I didn't get the good, didn't do that well on the PCI there. Now we're going to throw the slider again. He's going to check swing at that. We're going to go, I think this is an up and away fastball. It might be an up and away cutter. Let's see, what was it? The pitch speed was 102, so we went with the fastball, and that's really telling me, like, oh my God, I got to be careful here. 1 and 2, we're going to throw it outside with the slider. We really want to keep anything out of the zone. He's got a check swing, but it's a check swing and a beauty. He didn't go around on that too early. Definitely want to avoid the fastball here no matter what. We're going to throw the slider. He's going to lay off that. 3 and 2. Now, I really I decided to go with an inside fastball. I actually picked that pitch pretty quick with deciding. Man, we got away with that pitch. Oh my God, did we get away with that pitch? Just looking back on it, he was late on it. Now I'm really, really thinking, because I think I noticed how much he got away on that. I decided to go with an away cutter. If he's gonna hit it, I want it to at least be outside the zone. He's pretty much on it. He pulls it to the left field, but this is kind of why I like playing in a bigger park. I can protect the lead. I don't always like to do it. Like, if I'm trying to have fun, I'd much rather play it, ship it, and smash the ball. But if like I need a win, I know how to go into a stadium like this and play a little bit differently. And it's going to give me the boost to my pitching that I need. And I'm going to be able to usually still be able to hit pretty well. And my opponent was, Miggy was hitting the ball really, really far in this game. He just couldn't quite get it out for a lot of home runs too, I thought as well. We're going to throw that one low, and we're going to be able to get the out here. And, guys, I'm going to switch back over to the commentary now, and you guys can enjoy the pack opening. So let me know what you guys thought about this video. If you made it this far, let me know. Just say, hey, I made it this far. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to skip to the pack opening. We in? 901. 901. You guys are the best chat in the world. Like, honestly, you guys are the best chat in the world. And call it a day. Tell you the truth, I really want to buy Griffey also, but we're in a, I don't know, maybe we'll put him up for a little bit. I get hesitant just not cashing in